Coming up, students showcase their work. Plus,
men on campus show their support. And
this just in, student journalists go intercollegiate.
This episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network starts right now.
Hello, Javelinas, to another episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Christopher Olivarez.
And I'm Abigayle Hayden. Let's get started with our first story.
TAMUC's wildlife photography class held a grand opening for their exhibit located at the Connor Museum. Our reporter, Melissa Mata, was there with more.
Capturing the minds of many young wildlife photographers, Wendy Chatil presented her professional photography work, while also offering some tips and advice to the young and aspiring photographers. Let's see what she had to say.
A single image can change the world. The subject can be anything. It can be urban wildlife, or a reclaimed military base, or a border wall, or a wetlands down the street. But it's up to each of us to find our purpose, to be knowledgeable about the subject, tell a story, connect with others, and if you're photographing, make our images seen. And I thank you.
For your photography students, how important was it for Chatil to come speak about conservation today?
I think it was very important, and let me tell you why. A lot of times, a lot of my students are invested in their work in the classroom, and they don't get any outside input from different people. Chatil is a very well-known, highly regarded professional, and I think she brought an insight that's fresh to our students.
What are you hoping your students learned today from Chatil?
Persistence and more persistence. I think one of the big things is learning to perfect your craft, but more than that, learn about the environment and the animals and the wildlife that you're going to photograph, and be persistent about doing a good job.
I know that you have a minor in photography. Is this something you've always wanted to do, or you just got into it?
I randomly got into it. I've loved photography. I used to be a part of the yearbook club when I was younger. I always ran around with a little camera, but I never really knew what direction I wanted to take with it. When I was in high school, I used to do like sports. I would do football, sports photography. It was a lot of fun, but I would just see the flyers around campus for these classes that we're taking with the wildlife photography program, and so I decided to just kind of bite the bullet, go for it, see what they had to offer, and I'm really, really glad I did. I've learned so much. I've grown so much as a person, been able to make some awesome connections, and virtually meet awesome people like Wendy.
Thanks for coming along to check out our Javelina's beautiful work. The exhibit will be open till May 11th. See y'all later.
Every year, students get pumped up for Dance Marathon, an event that aims to raise money for the Driscoll Children's Hospital of Corpus Christi and the Children's Miracle Network. Our forum editor, Liliana Peña, has all the details.
Hey Javelinas, my name is Liliana Peña and I am here at the MSO Ballrooms where Dance Marathon, an annual event, is being hosted. Can you go more into detail about what Dance Marathon is for those who don't know?
So Dance Marathon is a student-led philanthropy event where we raise funds for the Driscoll Children's Hospital year-round. So we'll do a bunch of different fundraisers throughout the year and try and get more organizations to register as organizations, but it doesn't have to be an organization. It can be a group of students that just want to raise awareness and funds. Alumni, faculty, anyone's welcome to register and show up to the main event. At the end of the spring semester, we have a main event where we bring a few families called Miracle Families to the school, and we present the children with days just to be kids and not have to worry about their health problems.
As executive director, what is your main goal for this year?
My main goal for this year, as it is every year, is just to raise awareness and make sure that everybody has a fun time at the event and the children's stories are really heard and the families get the time to have fun and just not worry about anything, and we'll just take care of everything for them.
And how do you think TAMU can help continue to spread awareness?
I think the most important thing for spreading awareness is using social media platforms, and then this being an annual event. So continuing to do it every year and get the whole community involved, such as one of the fundraisers that were done was a car wash at the local O'Reilly's. So that helps to bring awareness to the matter. But then also, like I said, social media has created such a huge difference in being able to share it with people outside of our communities and then contributing to or getting our families involved as well.
Thanks for watching. Now back to the desk with Abby and Chris.
Men show their support against rape and sexual assault on women by walking a mile in high heels.
We believe is Ethan Cavazos with the South Texan. We are here outside of the MSUP Pavilion, where we are here to shine a light on the important Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event. As participants don high heels, they're not just taking steps, they're taking a stand. What motivated you to participate in the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event?
Honestly, what really motivated me is I really wanted to put myself in like women's circumstances just to see like just a little bit of how they go through everyday life and adversity and just how they walk, because like putting myself in their shoes hurt like hell. So it's like definitely wanted to just get out there and just stand for something.
How do you think events like this contribute to raising awareness about rape, sexual assault, and gender violence?
I think events like these contribute because it like definitely raises a narrative like and awareness for men, like just coming around, just walk around and just to like support women. 'Cause I know that women who like face this, like if they're feeling alone or if they're feeling like no one's there, I feel like this raises their confidence for them to know that they're not alone. If that makes sense.
What message would you like to send to those who may not fully understand the importance of addressing these issues?
The message I'd like to send is like never judge someone just by how they look, because they could look fine, perfectly fine. Like we thought like women they look perfectly fine, walking in heels, but when we actually experienced and walked in their shoes, when we put ourselves in their shoes, man, it hurt like hell. Like we couldn't. The first like lap, we were like we were gone, like we could barely walk. So it's like I definitely put yourself in shoes. Like things are not as bright or as good as they seem. Try to just put yourself in their shoes and walk them out in their shoes.
As we conclude, remember, every step counts. That's all from me. Now back to the desk with Christopher and Abigayle.
But don't go anywhere just yet, because the biggest story is coming up right after the commercial break.
Wait, what do you want to eat?
I don't know. Do you have any suggestions?
How about nookies?
Bro, that's a 5.
Okay, how about chili?
4.
Whataburger?
Whataburger's not even on the list.
What list?
Bro, you don't know the J list? On the South Texan, the student award-winning publication, they have the J list. They have the top 5 restaurants in Kingsville.
Oh, so El Tapatio, that's where we're going.
Number 1, you know it.
Hello, Javelinas, and welcome back to this episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Christopher Olivarez.
And I'm Abigayle Hayden. Let's get into our final story.
TAMU's Communication Journalism Department attended the Texas Intercollegiate Press Association, in which students competed against other colleges for first place. Our co-editor-in-chief, Briana Beltran, was there with more.
Hundreds of journalists across the state of Texas have gathered here in San Marcos for the 2024 Texas Intercollegiate Press Association Convention. Let's go take a look. And what brought you out to TIPA?
Well, it's my 3rd year in TIPA. Last year I got 2 first places on live competition, and I like it. I think it's good for somebody that try to have a career forward. I think it brings a lot of the community together, and I think it's really good. So you have connections, friendships. I think people for A&M San Antonio, they were amazing though. Even in the way back from forward, they came to our bus. So we have that type of events that happens. They're unique. They're not, you cannot find it anywhere. The only place that you can find it is here at TIPA.
If you could give one bit of inspiration to our fellow future producers, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them to don't be afraid to do something that's out of your comfort zone. I graduated college wanting to do sports specifically, and now I'm a news producer for a TV station. So be willing to venture out, be willing to kind of go against what's your status quo, and also ask as many questions as you can, because the more you can learn, the better you're going to be in your job.
We are super proud of our Javelina media experience, bringing home 21 awards. Congratulations, Javelinas. Now, back to the desk with Christopher and Abigayle.
Thanks, Bree. Now for all of our sports fans out there, it's time for our Sideline Reports with our co-sports editor, Jacob Daniels.
Thanks, Christopher. It's your award-winning co-sports editor, Jacob Daniels. Let's get right into the news. Our Tamuc cheer team traveled the Nationals to Daytona, Florida, where they brought home second place. Great job in representing Tamuc ladies, and keep up the good work. On April 19th, our Tamuc softball team starts their 3-game series against Eastern New Mexico here in Kingsville, so make sure to go out and show your Javelina pride. Now on to baseball. Our Tamuc baseball team is taking on the Texas A&M International Dust Devils for a 4-game homestay, so make sure to go and support the team and help them finish on a positive note. Our track and field team competed in the annual Cactus Cup, and our campus editor, Mariana Soria, was there with more.
Hey Javelinas, we're here at Pepsi Stadium where Texas A&M University Kingsville is hosting its annual Cactus Cup event. So let's throw, dash, and pole vault our way into the story. What was the training process for your students to prepare for Cactus Cup?
So our training is pretty much yearly. So we started training back in August to get ready for this track season. So with the distance kids, it's a lot of running. They run quite a bit, and then we do a couple sprints every now and then.
How does one come around to competing in Cactus Cup?
You just ask. That's really all it takes. This is mainly a college meet. We don't allow too many unattached runners, so you would have to be actually part of a college team that was coming here to compete.
You told me that you used to participate in these events, correct?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
I did track here for 3 years. This is I did Cactus Cup for a few times. I was a sprinter. I did the 100, 200 in the outdoor season, and in the indoor season, I did the 60-meter and 200.
Can you tell me the difference between being on the field and now on the bleachers?
It's the tough transition because I do miss being on the field, on the track, competing with my teammates and stuff like that. But I like both, but I do really miss being out there competing for the school.
Lastly, on to beach volleyball. The Tamuc beach volleyball has finished the season with a record of 18-11. Great season, girls, and good luck on your future endeavors. And to our seniors, Adrian Van Brunt, Riley Anderson, and Grace Geddes, thank you, ladies, for your hard work for the Javelina Nation. That's all for Sideline Reports. Now back to the desk with Christopher and Abigayle.
Thanks, Jacob. Subscribe to the Javelina Media Experience to stay up to date with all the latest news on campus. And don't forget to pick up your copy of the South Texan. I was your host, Christopher Olivarez.
And I'm Abigayle Hayden. Thank you for watching this episode of the Javelina Broadcast Network.